Good morning. Today I am going to continue the yesterday's class, that is the classification of high energy compounds. So coming to the classification of high energy compounds are classified in 5 classes. Class 1 includes your pyrophosphate and your examples for pyrophosphate are ATP and pyrophosphate. Next, class 2 will go with your acyl phosphate, and coming to the examples of acyl phosphate 1,3-bisphosphonate glycerate and acetyl phosphate. Coming to class 3 is enol phosphates. Enol phosphate, coming to the examples of enol phosphates are phosphoenol pyruvate. Coming to class 4, thiol examples of thiol esters are acetyl CoA and acyl CoA. Coming to the class 5, that is guanidinophosphate and guanidinophosphate, examples of guanidinophosphates are phosphocreatinine and phosphogene. Phosphocreatinine generally termed as energy storage forms in vertebrate muscle and in brain. So this is the classification of high energy compounds. And one more important point lying behind your high energy compounds are, it is having a property that it can change. ATP can also act as a donor by donating its high energy phosphate group to a low energy compound. So high energy compounds can also act as a donor by donating its high energy phosphates to a low energy compound. So high energy compounds are having the capacity to transfer a low energy compound into a high energy compound, isn't it? So high energy compound is mainly based, Lippmann stated that high energy, as I said earlier, this is a symbol to indicate that that particular compound is a high energy compound, and high energy compounds are present, are having that production of high energy because of free energy greater than or equal to 7 cal because of the presence of this inorganic phosphate. See, you can see in each and every class of this particular high energy compounds, phosphate group is there. So because of the presence of this phosphate, high energy compounds are having that property to state that they are high energy compound, and they are having when during hydrolysis they will produce energy more than or equal to 7 kilo. So not only ATP generally produces its energy when it is hydrolyzed, energy around 7 kilocalorie, as I said earlier. So these are the certain compounds which produce energy more than 7 kilocalories. So one more thing, ATP can also be synthesized by 2 steps, that is oxidative phosphorylation. ATP is synthesized by oxidative phosphorylation in aerobic organisms and at substrate level phosphorylation. Isn't it? So ATP can also be synthesized with these 2 steps in 2 ways, that is oxidative phosphorylation in aerobic organisms and at substrate level phosphorylation also ATP molecules are synthesized. So the formed ATP, as I said earlier, it can also act as a donor by donating its high energy phosphates to a low energy compound. And one more thing, one more important point is phosphocreatine is known as a storage form of energy which is stored in vertebrate muscles and in brain to produce energy between the neuron cells. Got it? So this is the classification of high energy compounds.